Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today, we're making stuffed shells. Now, Italian night is on you if you bring in a heaping portion of these shells. Each pasta shell contains a tiny capsule of flavor, so you gotta be careful or you're gonna eat the whole thing by yourself. So, let's get started. Alright, so for the ingredients, starting with the pasta, we're gonna need 8 ounces of jumbo shells, at least 20 to 24 of them. And we're gonna need 1 tablespoon of salt, some freshly ground black pepper to taste, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. For the marinara, of course, we're gonna need 3 cups of your favorite marinara sauce. And what we're gonna add to that is 1 teaspoon of salt. And for the ricotta filling, we're going to use 15 ounces of whole milk ricotta cheese, 8 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese that we're going to divide, half a cup of fresh grated Parmesan cheese, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of fresh chopped parsley, 1 tablespoon of freshly chopped basil, 1 teaspoon of dry oregano, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 3 garlic cloves that we're going to mince. And then finally, for the topping, we're going to use some extra mozzarella cheese and some dry oregano. Alright, so to get things started, we're going to prepare the ingredients we need for our ricotta filling. So beginning with our garlic cloves, all you need to do is mince them, and you can do that by either chopping them up by hand, but what I like to do is use a garlic press to save a lot of time and to ensure that you get really tiny pieces of garlic. And with the Parmesan, if you're not already using shredded Parmesan cheese, I normally use a block of cheese for this recipe, and all you need to do is take a cheese grater or a microplaner and shave off about half a cup's worth of shredded Parmesan cheese. And if you have a little extra, nobody's going to complain. Next up, we have our basil leaves, and what I like to do, I'm not sure if it's a trick or not, but I like to stack the leaves all on top of each other and then create thin strips along the width of the leaves and then just come back and slice them all in half. And that's about the thickness and the size of the basil leaves that I like for my filling. And for the parsley, you just want to remove any of the larger stems and then finally chop it into tiny pieces, and then it's ready for the filling. So in a large mixing bowl, you want to add in the ricotta cheese, the mozzarella cheese, your Parmesan cheese, 1 egg, your chopped parsley, the basil, your oregano, the minced garlic, as well as your salt and black pepper. You just want to mix these all together until they're well combined. And the mixing process is best done using a fork, but you can also use a whisk as well. And for the mozzarella, you want to make sure you reserve a 1/3 cup of that for the topping. So don't use all your mozzarella cheese in your ricotta cheese filling. Now onto the pasta. You want to cook your shells according to their package instructions until they're about al dente. But you also want to add 1 tablespoon of salt and a dash or 2 of black pepper, as well as some garlic powder to the pasta water. And your shells themselves should be slightly undercooked as they finish cooking in the oven. So once your pasta is finished boiling, you should be able to open the shells enough to stuff them. Some of your shells may end up breaking, but you only need about 18 to 20 shells for this recipe. So you're boiling a few extra just in case. So once your pasta is finished cooking, you want to rinse and drain the pasta and set it aside to cool to room temperature. At this point, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius. And you want to prepare a 9-inch by 13-inch baking dish by spraying it with a non-stick cooking spray. And for your marinara sauce, really simple. Just take 3 cups worth of your favorite marinara sauce and add 1 teaspoon of salt to it and whisk that until it's well combined. Oh, and one more thing you need to add to the marinara sauce is that good old like button. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people. And if you enjoy this recipe and want to see more like this, feel free to hit subscribe as well. And don't forget to click that bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. So now you want to pour your marinara sauce into your prepared baking dish, allowing the sauce to fully coat the bottom surface of the pan. And so now onto the fun part, the filling process. For this step, you want to fill each shell with about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons worth of the ricotta cheese filling. And then you want to place the filled shell into the dish with the open part of the shell facing up. And then you just want to repeat this process until all your shells are filled and placed into the pan. And this ricotta cheese filling makes enough for about 18 to 20 shells, but depending on how much you put in each one, you may be able to stretch it out to about 24 jumbo shells as well. For some final touches prior to them going into the oven, you want to sprinkle on your remaining shredded mozzarella cheese, following that up with your dry oregano, making sure the tops of each of the shells are covered. And then you want to bake these for 20 to 24 minutes. And once they're done cooking, you can remove them from the oven and serve them immediately and enjoy. And just like that, you've made stuffed shells right at home. Funny story, my college used to have these in their cafeteria, and I was definitely their top customer because once I had one, I fell in love with not only the simplicity of this dish, but how much flavor each shell has inside of it. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 2, Elevating Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. Or feel free to click the link that pops up on the screen for more information on this as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really mean it. You guys are helping the channel grow, and I'm so grateful and humbled by all of your support throughout my YouTube journey. It means a lot to me, and if you can help this video reach more people, I'd really appreciate it if you smash that like button for me. And comment below on what your favorite Italian dish is. I make a lot of Italian food, and I'm interested in seeing your responses. And if you've enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button too, and don't forget to click that bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned for next week where I show you how to make another amazing dish for all my steak lovers out there, steak kebabs. I won't give too much away, but this recipe will allow you to have steak kebabs all year long. So, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next week on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.